Rush Limbaugh has a hilarious segment here for us. He is warning us about a coming invasion that we need to look out for.
But what the point of this is, folks, it's not about lesbian farmers. What they're trying to do is convince lesbians to become farmers. You sit in there and laugh. Okay, go ahead and laugh at it, but I'm telling you what they're doing. They are trying to bust up one of the last geographic conservative regions in the country, and that's rural America. Rural America happens to be largely conservative. Rural America is made up of self-reliant, rugged individual types. They happen to be big believers in the Second Amendment. So here comes the Obama regime with a bunch of federal money, and they're waving it around, and all you got to do to get it is to be a lesbian and want to be a farmer, and they'll set you up. I'm like you. I never before in my life knew that lesbians wanted to be farmers. But apparently enough money can make it happen. And the objective here is to attack, they're already attacking suburbs, and that has been made perfectly clear by what happened in Milwaukee. And they're going after every geographic region that is known to be largely conservative. They never stop, folks. They are constantly on the march. And I guarantee you that most people reading the news would come across a story, Washington Free Beacon headline, Feds holding summits for lesbian farmers, and they would probably ignore it or laugh at it, but ultimately cast it aside. But I, Il Rushbo, able to read the stitches on the fastball, can clearly see what this is about.
He thinks he's nailing it. He's like, I got this shit on lock. Lesbian farmers invading the middle of the country, coming to take over. I'm onto you. I'm onto the left. And their devious plots. What a sad, sad man. This is a man who is conspiratorial, paranoid, weird. He's just looking to connect dots that don't exist. Really? That's a plan? And what's the end goal? What are they trying to do here? Well, what you do is you bring in them lesbian farmers, and then the lesbian farmers, they're going to eventually displace the straight, white, male, Christian, conservative farmers, and then they're going to occupy the territory. They're going to have them guns on them, and they're going to make sure that you don't have your land and you're cast out into the woods. All the white Christian male farmers going to be, hiding in caves in the woods to get away from the aggressive lesbos that just took their goddamn jobs. They took our jobs. Oh, God. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck? How did you do that segment and act like, I'm onto it. The lesbian farmers are coming. They're coming. They're fucking coming. So, okay, what's really going on? There's a group called Rural Pride, and they meet to discuss issues involving gays in rural areas. Mainly because in rural areas there are fewer people and there's not as much support for the tiny gay minority. And here's what they say, quote, they focus on rural housing loans, community facility grants, and bullying. That's it. There's no, a program to make them farmers and to come after the white man. The white Christian straight male conservatives are under attack in this goddamn country. And Rush Limbaugh has taken this story and spun it into a lesbian farmer invasion that you need to fear. But don't worry, he's onto it. He's here to save the day, so that you guys can counter the aggressive lesbian farmers who are coming to displace you. Rush Limbaugh, reading between the lines, reading the stitches on the baseball, on the fastball, because I know what I'm talking about here. By the way, he goes on to argue, I just had to read the first few paragraphs of this in order to see what was happening. I'm not kidding. He goes on to say that. Yeah, that's what I accused the right-wing talk radio hosts of doing all along. I said, these guys are silly people. What they do is they'll go to fucking Breitbart or Daily Caller or WorldNet Daily or Washington Free Beacon, some hack-ass website that lies all the time. They go to those websites, read 2 paragraphs of an article, and go, that's it. The lesbian farmers are taking over. And he brags that he didn't even read the whole article. And he's like, but I know the lesbian farmers are taking over. All the things in the world to fucking care about. That's what you're worried about? 45,000 people die every year because they don't have access to basic health care. This is what you're fucking focusing on? This is what you care about? That's just one example. I give you a million other examples. How many wars do we have going on right now? We're in the middle of 7 interventions. Rush Limbaugh's out there talking about lesbian farmers and the problem that poses. This country, we just found out recently the extent of the torture we did. This asshole's out there, the lesbian farmers are taking over. Don't worry about the fact that we anally raped people as a form of torture in Guantanamo Bay and Abu Ghraib. What a man-child he is.